Germany's Scholz vows to support Ukraine as long as needed. Zelenskyy thanks Germany and assures partners that their military aid won't be used to attack Russian territory. Germany will support Ukraine as long as needed, Chancellor Olaf Scholz has said during Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy's first visit to capital Berlin since the start of the Russian invasion in February last year. "I have said it many times, and I repeat it here today, we will support you for as long as it is necessary," Scholz said during a joint news conference on Sunday, adding that Germany stood with its partners for Russia to be held to account for its misdeeds. The Ukrainian leader said Kyiv would always be grateful to Berlin for its support during the war, adding that Ukraine's Western allies could. The new military aid package, first reported by German weekly Der Spiegel, includes 30 Leopard 1A5 tanks, 20 Marder armored personnel carriers, more than 100 combat vehicles, 18 self-propelled howitzers, 200 reconnaissance drones, 4 Iris-T SLM anti-aircraft systems and other air defense equipment. In a tweet soon after the meeting, Zelenskyy thanked Germany for the largest military aid since the invasion. German air defense systems, artillery, tanks and infantry fighting vehicles are saving Ukrainian lives and bringing us closer to victory, he said. Germany, Europe's largest economy, faced criticism at the start of the war for what some called a hesitant response, but it has become one of Ukraine's biggest providers of financial and military assistance, crucially giving the green light for the delivery of modern battle tanks in the form of its own Leopard 1 and 2 models, along with sophisticated anti-aircraft systems needed to fend off drone and missile attacks. Speaking in Berlin, Zelenskyy reassured his Western allies that his country was preparing a counteroffensive designed to liberate areas occupied by Russia, not to attack Russian territory. There has been speculation that Ukraine might try to capture areas in Russia and use them as bargaining chips in possible peace negotiations to end the war launched by Moscow in February 2022. Pressed by reporters on the issue, Zelenskyy said, "We don't attack Russian territory, we liberate our own legitimate territory. We have neither the time nor the strength to attack Russia," he said, according to an official interpreter. "And we also don't have weapons to spare, with which we could do this." Zelenskyy last visited Germany for the Munich Security Conference in February 2022, just before the war broke out. Berlin was constrained in its support for Ukraine at that time, both by its energy dependence on Russia and a pacifism rooted in its bloody 20th-century history. But days after the war broke out, Scholz announced a major policy and mindset shift that Scholz dubbed a Zeitenwende, or turn of the era. Earlier in the day, Zelenskyy met President Frank-Walter Steinmeier, Germany's head of state, who was snubbed by Kyiv last year, apparently over his previous close ties to Russia, causing a chill in diplomatic relations between Ukraine and Germany. Since then, both Steinmeier and Scholz have visited Ukraine, assuring Zelenskyy of their support for his country's fight against the Russian invasion. After meeting Scholz and other senior officials at the Chancellery, the two leaders are expected to fly to the western city of Aachen for Zelenskyy to receive the International Charlemagne Prize awarded to him and the people of Ukraine. Organizers say the award recognizes that their resistance against Russia's invasion is a defense, not just of the sovereignty of their country and the life of its citizens, but also of Europe and European values.